What's up, everyone? It's Hagbar the Mad, and today we're playing a Simic mill deck. Uh, the basic idea of this deck is to draw cards, and whenever we draw cards, the opponent is going to mill cards. So we have a bunch of stuff to help that happen. So first off, we have 4 Overwhelmed Apprentices. It's on theme with the mill, and it also is an early game scry 2, so it's very helpful. We have the Ruin Crab. Um, like I said in the previous video, the Ruin Crab is tremendous when it comes to mill, and that's why you see it featured so much in any deck where I'm trying to fill the opponent's graveyard. We have 2 Confounding Conundrums. So this card is is it's a weird fit because obviously the meta is oversaturated with landfall mechanics right now, and while this doesn't stop the Cobra from ramping, it does stop uh, the opponent from ramping for their next turn. Um, so that's what's found its way in this deck, at least as a 2 of. Just sort of a counter meta uh, card. We have 2 Fae of Wishes to go find our sideboard, and I'll show you that in a minute. We have 4 Frantic Inventories, just to draw through a lot of cards. Like I said, that's the basis of how we win games. We have 4 Teferi's Tutelages. Um, Again, this is we draw a card, the opponent mills 2 cards. That's why it's there. It's very good as a static mill. We have 4 Brazen Borrowers to keep whatever nasty thing the opponent is playing off their board. That's why we've got the Brazen Borrowers. We have 3 Cultivates and 3 Uros, which, as you may notice, is the only green in this deck. I really just have these in here because of Ruin Crab and because, I like to ramp up. Um, and whenever I'm ramping, I always like to have Uro. And also, Uro is a pretty good alternate win con if it comes down to it. We have 4 Teferi Master of Times, and we have 3 Seagate Restorations. So, I've heard a bit about like this card not being that great, but I really like it. Of course, I play a lot of like ramp decks and stuff, so it feels not easy to cast. It is 7 mana after all, but you know, um, we've seen 7 mana cards get abused before, and just the no maximum hand size for the rest of the game part just is a real winner in this deck, especially considering we're trying to draw so much. The mana base, pretty straightforward. 4 Fabled Passages. Um, Really, it should be 4 Temples and 2 Thornwood Falls, but my rare wild cards didn't allow for that. So that's just a little bit of behind the scene. So our sideboard is also pretty straightforward. 1 Tormod's Crypt. I've seen a few reanimator decks, and obviously anybody playing ECD or anything like that, we want the Tormod or the Tormod's Crypt there to just kind of keep them from getting anything out of their graveyard. We have 2 Negates, um, 2 Ominous Seas, 3 Sorcerous Spyglasses, which is really one of the biggest cards in this deck, or one of the biggest cards in our sideboard. Um, Obviously, whenever the opponent is playing like an Ugin or a Planeswalker heavy deck, we're going to want to get these out. They're great for stopping that, and they're generally pretty hard to remove. we have one Bala Ged Recovery, in case there is something in our graveyard we just really need to go get. One Sublime Epiphany, 2 Into the Stories, 1 Chromatic Orrery, and 2 Ugin the Spirit Dragons. But yeah, this is the deck. We're going to go ahead and play some games. So far I've had pretty good luck with this deck. It has been performing fairly well, and I don't know, not straight up mill is not a very prevalent mechanic right now. Obviously there's like the Dimir mill deck, but that's more of a rogues beatdown strategy. Sure, we'll keep it. Hello. Alright. So. Huh. Well. Let's see what happens. But yeah, generally the mill kind of catches people by surprise. Not many people are expecting to face a mill deck right now, even though we did get some very good mill cards, like Ruin Crab. Let's see here. So far, well, we've seen a Selesnya Colors and a Scoot Swarm. So this is probably some sort of landfall deck, just because of the Swarm. Can't really imagine any other reason why they would want to run that. We've seen all 3 of the... Okay. So, it's the green, white, red deck. I've kind of seen this deck. I'm kind of making this deck just as something that's coming later on. Essentially an insect tribal deck, so it's actually kind of a good time to see their take on it. Negate. Cool. I'm fine with that. Alright. Here we go. Wonder why... Oh. The negate, obviously. I almost said I wonder why they had to tap the goose, but they needed the blue mana. You got it, Scoot Swarm. So, again, I'm just gonna get this tutelage online. We'll ditch a land. We've got plenty of land to get, and we have plenty of cultivates to find it. This is... I mean, hopefully they don't do anything about our Ruin Crab, because next turn we will be able to mill them for a large amount. So there goes the tutelage. Not great, but that's whatever. We're not going to block that. We like our little crab where he is. Got it. But this is new, seeing the mutate onto the Scoot Swarm. Haven't really seen that happen. Alright. We were way overdrawing on lands there. We have a very heavy flood right now. But that's alright. We've milled quite a bit of their cobras. One. Oh, just one. I thought I saw another one before. So, Still have to do something about this ruin crab. Move meal. Let's see here. We've got their mountains. Don't know how many they're running. Yep, take your time. We've only got land in hand and the ability to get more land, so, you know, it's not like we have a lot of options. Maybe hurry up a little bit, though. Unless they just don't have a basic to go get, but we're only seeing mountains and a plains, so yeah, they're definitely, I think they're probably trying to decide if they need red or if they need blue. So I will go ahead and say that my insect deck is only green, white, and red. I chose not to put blue in there, which, you know, kind of hurt, because that's the difference between playing like Uro and, well, mostly Uro or not. But I just didn't feel like it was worth it. At least not in the current state that my deck is in. But yeah, so my plan for right now is, I mean, obviously the meta of Arena is currently way oversaturated with, and he didn't get anything with that, so he is out of basics, but way oversaturated with insect decks, or he might be AFK. AFK makes a lot more sense. I think we just got a pity win on this one. Arena felt bad for us. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's just AFK. Alright, cool. Well, if he's not, he sure won't like this. Alright. So we probably just get the win here whenever this bar goes down. But like I was saying, my idea is to sort of mix in meta decks with original brews. Well, most of my meta, you know, quotation marks, decks are, you know, my own brews, or my own take on it. But, yeah, he was just AFK. But, you know, I get kind of burnt out on just seeing Scoot Swarms and just seeing the same 4 decks over and over again. I don't really want that to be what my, you know, channel is about. So, you know, I'm going to cover the meta deck, or I'm going to cover my version of it. You know, I will do that if there's anything, you know, big happening, but I'm also going to leave it open to, sure, we'll take it. I'm also going to leave it open to making, you know, whatever I want to make. I want to do probably, it's actually looking like I'm going to do 3 to 4 videos a week. I'm going to have time for that. And of those 3 or 4 videos, I want to try to, you got it, so we'll play that first. You know, of those 3 or 4 videos, I'm going to try to do, you know, 2 or 3 standard and at least 1 historic video per week. By the way, don't forget to play your Ruin Crab before you play your lands. You'll miss out on a mill trigger. But yeah, so probably the next video you see will be a historic build of some kind. And going into the weekend, You got it, friend. Let's draw. Yeah. By the way, a lot of the times I will play like instants and stuff on my main phase. I'm not super worried about climbing any ladder. Okay. Midnight Clock. That's not a big main board card. Let's get Teferi down.
If nothing else, I will protect them. I do love a good
We'll drop one of those. We don't need two. Yep, you got it. But yeah, the next video will be a historic build of some kind. I've got a couple that I've been playing around with. I do really love historic, especially, well,
time to improvise.
we'll drop a Cultivate.
Looks like I'm out of time.
You got it. Alright. Yeah, we'll leave open for a Brazen Borrower here. And just see what he does. You know. Okay. Let's see here. He'll probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're one away from being able to cast Seagate Restoration. He might not focus on that. Let's at least set him back with this Midnight Clock that he has for some reason. Sure. He'll take the Uro, I think, just because of the exile. But he might take Teferi. He could. We'll see what he does. Yeah. He took the Teferi. Okay. Let's draw. Let's scry. See if we can scry into a land. That is a land. So that's Uro. We'll take our newfound land. And we've already got double green, and we never need any more than that, so it doesn't really matter what we take. We'll take another blue and pass the turn. So now we do have enough to cast a Seagate, but we'd only be drawing for 2, which isn't that great, especially for 7 mana. And that's kind of where, or no, 3, because it's 1+, right? Yeah. Which is kind of where people's problem is with this card. But, you know, I still really like it. I think it's a good flip land. You got it. So he's playing my own Teferi against me. Yep. And let's draw. Let's scry. Take that. And hit the Teferi. Why not? We're not going to deal with enough face damage.
Slow down.
We're going to make sure he doesn't get that, we don't want to give him many extra turns, for sure. So, we now have 8 mana, and that kind of decides our next turn right there. So we're going to get a, yeah, you got it. Play this. Play this. Let's go get a Spyglass. Play the Spyglass. We're going to name Ashiok. There was the case for playing an Uro and, hoping we get a land, but I'd rather go ahead and cut the Ashiok off. Alright. And, we'll play out the Fae. And no attacks, because that's just suicide for him. Here we go.
I do love a good puzzle.
Yep. So we're gonna have to get pretty lucky here. 4. Right. Block there. No reason to take the damage. You got it. Now. Yep. We'll let that happen. Alright. So we have 1, 2, 3, 9, 10. So let's see here. I'll take an Ugin. And because I took the Ugin, I'm just going to pass. Well, let me stop the pass. Go to my next. Sure. Sure.
Think fast.
Sure. I was thinking I could have played out the Euro in hand, but, we'll see what happens. So, we definitely should have gotten, well, no, because he won't be able to get the extra turns. He'll be 1 off. And or the Ugin will hit everything on his board and nothing on ours because he's already wiped it. So we'll play the Ugin and we'll play out an Uro after we wipe. If this guy will allow us. Sure. I may just go ahead and take the Euros, which is, whatever. Does that draw? Yeah, it does. Hmm. Well, let's see what's going on. You got it. Just want to draw again. Okay. So he's got something in hand.
Perfection is a journey.
Let me make sure I know what I'm doing. So we can do it for 4. Because the Sorcerous Spyglass is cutting off the Ashiok anyway. He's got something he can do. Is this instant? Yeah, he can do that one more time if he wishes. It is a play, but he can make. Sure, you got it.
Time to improvise. Well, could have gone worse.
Alright. Scry. That'll work. And pass. Alright, so what's he got for us? I think we cut out most of his win con when we took the Ashiok. You've got it. Five other cards. We can do it one more time. I think he's really searching for a murderous rider or something to deal with the Ugin. Alright. Okay, and he concedes. Yeah, he basically knew he was milled at that point. Alright. Back to Platinum 2. Right, but yeah, that's the deck. This is approaching 30 minutes, so I'm gonna stop on 2 games. But yeah. Thank you to anyone who's stuck around and watched this video, watched any of my previous videos. You guys are awesome, and I will see you guys later. Remember to like and subscribe. Thank you.